Welcome back.
NicknLex here.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going? So today we're gonna get into some Van Halen. We're gonna show Alexia the solo of Eruption.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
And yeah, we would like you guys, you know, once we're done with the video, I didn't want to just show her the live footage of Van Halen playing you know, that famous solo. I wanted you to hear it and then see what you think, and then maybe show you the video, you know. And yeah, do it this way. But we're gonna do Running with the Devil before, because it kind of flows into nicely. It's from Van Halen 1, 1978.
And it's the first song of the album, so it's the first of the first, right?
It's the first song of the first album, and then the second song is Eruption, which is just the guitar solo with some drums.
Oh, okay,
and that's it. So yeah, I mean, what is there to say? Van Halen, this is his debut of the band, and you know, I mean, I wasn't there, you know, when this came out. A lot of people, like, what, you know, that song by AC/DC where it says 15 million fingers learning how to play. Remember?
No. What song is that?
It's Let There Be Rock.
Oh, I know that song. Let There Be Rock.
Yeah, and then I mean, like, every time I hear that song, I think of like when any kind of guitar player of that stature, you know, at that time, dropped something incredible. People were like, okay, let's figure it out. You know? So that's kind of cool. I think, obviously this is what happened with Van Halen, and they have just such a good sound. You'll hear it for yourself, but I mean, everything is just so fresh, and I love David Lee Roth. He just has such a unique voice, and he makes it fun, and the whole he does a lot of screaming.
There were two vocalists, no? In Van Halen.
Van Halen,
like
but
two eras.
Yes, there's two eras, but he stayed, I think, I'm not really sure about the first, let me see. Van Halen, not because he was still here.
And we've done some Van Halen like on the channel, and that's how I know, because we read the comments and people are like, oh, I like David Lee Roth better, or I like...
Right. So this is where he started the other...
Okay.
Not here, sorry.
Okay, what's his name?
Man.
I'm like, does he have a name?
You're putting me on the spot.
The other. Oh,
Let's
sorry.
See. No. So basically Van Halen 1, 2, Women and Children First, Fair Warning, Dive Down, and then 1984. Very famous. This is where they do Jump.
That. Yep. We've done that one.
And then here, this is the album in 1986. This is when Sammy Hagar.
Oh, okay.
Sammy Hagar started singing, and then there's even a album called The Best of Both Worlds, because they're so loved by both of them, by fans.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like in the comments, people are always
some people
both.
Yeah, it's like, you know, with Genesis, you know, the Peter Gabriel, Philip Collins.
Philip K. Collins.
Oh God, no, but yeah. So yeah, let's get into it, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Yes, thank you.
This is Alexia. I've listened to Eruption like many times, and I remember, I think this was on the best of, so these two songs were on there, and of course. Ain't Talking About Love, we just did that one.
Yes.
You know, so all right, so here we go. 1978. Yes. Let us know what you were doing at the time. Did you pick up the guitar after this, the Van Halen craze? So here we go. All right, have fun.
Thank you guys.
man.
Wow, what a good song.
Okay, so we're gonna play this from the beginning because it is not like it doesn't bleed over.
Yeah.
But this is, I'm sure, because I didn't grow up with Van Halen. I grew up with other guitar players, you know, and I get a lot of crap sometimes for that but now I understand Van Halen because Van Halen is about the band. It's not just about the guitar player. It's not just about Eddie Van Halen. It's all of them, you know, and I love how funky it is, how groovy, and you know,
so high energy,
right?
It's so fun. He's like, woo!
I know, yeah. Have you ever seen David Lee Roth on Joe Rogan? It's a freaking riot.
Oh, that would be fun.
And he's like in his 70s on the show, and he's still like this high energy.
That's
still
amazing.
He was always doing like backflips and karate kicks on stage.
Wow.
I mean, I've only seen like a couple of clips.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's the guy that recently did like a music video?
That's
Is that him? Okay.
Yeah,
Because when you're like karate kicks, I remembered we just saw.
And he always has like nunchucks and stuff. He's always does a show.
Okay.
So that's David Lee Roth. And Jason Becker was going to play with David Lee Roth. Unfortunately, he got sick. But, you know, this is just like, I think, you know, for example, like Yngwie Malmsteen, right? There's like this, when you mention Yngwie Malmsteen or Van Halen, everybody's like, yeah, well, Yngwie Malmsteen. Is there one memorable Yngwie Malmsteen song? And no. And that's the difference. That's
the hard
you know,
part.
The difference is between every Van Halen song is like kind of like you remember it, you know? It's the composition there. It's not so technical maybe, but it's just more about the band, you know? And now I understand that, you know? And so when I was younger, I was into more like instrumental guitar players like Steve Vai and Yngwie Malmsteen because I didn't get that, you know, that party vibe that I'd never seen them live, of course. So now I get it. It must have been a riot to see them.
Yeah, I really enjoy how, like you said, I can feel the vibe of like, I don't know.
Imagine him in the recording booth.
The first song of the first album. Like, it just feels very fun. And yeah, everyone else, you know, the drums are good, the bass, everything's just
the sound of the guitar is so good. It's so like, I don't know. It's more about the chords, you know. It's just a ding.
The solo was great.
Yeah. And we have like this thing here.
Oh yeah. Because when he said "Life is simple,"
yeah.
Then I look over and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's a good message. You know, it's a good message. So now we're gonna hear. So this obviously, you know, when this came out, a lot of people was like, how is he doing that? So of course, tapping had been, he's known for tapping. And there were some people, of course, that did it before, but he made it more popular. He was like, he made it with an electric guitar. There was some people doing it on acoustic guitars, like in the 30s and like 40s.
In Italy or something.
Yeah, remember we saw a video of a guy tapping? And then obviously Steve Hackett was doing it too. But the person who really put it on the map was Van Halen. And I think after that, Randy Rhoads. But let me know, you guys are, you know, more into the whole, I think when it comes to Van Halen, I'm not a specialist. Right. You know, so I just don't want to say anything wrong. But yeah, this is the solo that everybody was like,
I'm excited.
Everybody, even the big shredders at the time were like, what is he doing? So, you know, it's very, very cool.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Wow. That was awesome.
That was so
I
cool,
could
man.
picture like we have to pause it like
I know
before.
there is but you figured it out that it just stops.
There's
like,
a way.
I would love not to worry what comes next. Just like let the damn song
Or if it
play.
would only just stop like when you push it, but it
doesn't.
stops like
There's
2 seconds later.
So,
but anyway, I can picture myself listening to this. I mean, I'm listening to this for the first time, but back in the day, you know, like you bought the CD, you didn't really know what was going to be on the CD.
LP.
Yeah, the LP, exactly. And listening to this would have been like, what? Like, what? Let's rewind that. Like, let's play that again. Like, what was that? You know?
Because it's so also the way he uses the wow, that Floyd Rose, you know, and he does like these dive bombs, and he does like this tremolo, a lot of legato, and he was influenced by Alan Holdsworth.
Oh.
He and Alan Holdsworth were good friends, and there's even a song that always gets mentioned to me, like, oh, if you want to listen to some Van Halen playing some Holdsworth lines, listen to this. I don't know exactly which song it is.
We should look for it.
But he does he goes all like legato and jazz and stuff, you know. But yeah, he did a lot of good stuff that it was just like so groundbreaking at the time. And I guess, you know, people like Randy Rhoads and Van Halen had not come out.
Mm-hmm.
So this was just like, what just happened, you know? And then if you were not listening to jazz fusion like Aldi Meola and Alan Holdsworth, you had never heard this before, this kind of guitar.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was just like mind-boggling.
Revolutionary.
Yeah,
absolutely.
totally.
This was a lot of fun. I really liked both of the songs. I mean, honestly, every Van Halen song that we've ever done,
everyone
I have loved and
too.
have had a hoot.
Yeah. I'm almost sad that I never got into Van Halen because I remember a good friend of mine, Alex, he showed me a song called Dance the Night Away.
Okay.
And we bought a guitar.
I might know that one, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty famous.
I don't know.
Like it's been in movies. But so he showed me like the tab, and I could not for the world like figure it out. Also, maybe because I hadn't kind of like heard the song as much, but it was just so confusing, and I was like, wow, this guy is so good. Just when it comes to the rhythm guitar,
right?
You know, it's so complex, and he just had this like amazing rhythm guitar style, and then along with David Lee Roth, and then I love the bass. I loved the drummer who's his brother, and
Van Halen's brother.
Yeah, Alex Van Halen. So, and they're classically trained, and it's just like, you know, their music was more, you know, it was for arena rock.
Yes.
You know, it was not like, oh, play a 10-minute solo.
Because even girls, I mean, not to like, you know, divide, but obviously.
Oh, girls love that.
I'm sure girls were very much into this as well as the guys, you know, like for different reasons.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
and it's not like, it's not metal, it's rock, you know, that's the difference. And that's why I think he didn't want to be, you know, just known for, he's a shredder, but I think the best quality of Van Halen was as a composer, because all these songs, they're so catchy and they're so good, and it's not just about the solo. The solo is just sometimes 10-20 seconds, and you know, most of these guitar players, they solo for like 5 minutes, you know, so it's more about the band and to give the band what it needed at the time. And yes, yeah, he would play a solo, I'm sure, live, but it was more about the song,
right?
And that's what I didn't understand when I was younger. So yeah, I think this was awesome. And I've heard this before, but it was still as good as the first time as I heard it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm excited to do more Van Halen. So you guys, please let us know. First of all, any trivia, like Nick said, he's not a Van Halen connoisseur professional. So if there's anything you want us to know about Van Halen, please share it. We love learning from you guys in the comments versus reading the whole artist profile on Wikipedia. Also, any songs that you think we should do by Van Halen, either on this album or any other, please share that as well. If you like the video, please consider giving it a like, leave comments, stories, anecdotes, whatever you want. We love reading those, and we would love to see you all in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.